Welcome to Utopia, favorite ones. Come on in and take a seat at the round table. I'm Kymmy, and today's topic, well, I was in the shower. I got a message. You can probably still see my hair drying, and my kitty is having a bath too, so a lot of cleansing energy. But there was a message coming through of like, don't get it twisted. Like, there may be people in your life who are getting it a little twisted on the way you're moving and conducting yourself right now. I feel like you're very in your Queen of Cup era, selective with your energy, and they're taking offense to it. And instead of like seeing it for what it is, boy, you having fun? I love you. Yeah, they're toying if they feel like you're toying with their emotions by not like showing up, or like it's your way of getting back at someone for them mistreating you, but you just don't want to bring yourself around, right? It was 111 on the clock. 113 could be important for you as well. Boy, he's going to town. But yeah, they feel like you're toying with their emotions when really you're, or they feel like you're in your Nine of Swords energy, um, where you are isolated and you don't know how which way to go, when really you are being divinely guided and you are taking the proper procedures and steps towards your dreams. Like you're taking the time to fill out applications to get approved for a business patent. You're doing what you need to in order to get saved up for school, and that doesn't mean you don't have money. That just means you have priorities. And it seems that these people's priorities are not in order. If they're going to be coming at you like that, you could be water sign. There's a lot of depth to you. You've done a lot of soul searching. 222. Yeah, you've learned that you are a multifaceted, and that there's duality in all things, bringing in the yin and the yang, the black and the white. And I'm reminded of what I say to my baby girl. She's a tuxedo kitty, and I'm always like, they say everything isn't black and white, but I'm like, you're black and white, and you are my everything. So I feel right now you're treating yourself like you are your everything, because at the end of the day, you're who you're like, you're your person, you're the person you wake up to, you're the person you go to sleep with, and you're putting yourself first, and that's not selfish. That's yes, that's self-preservation, and that's beautiful. Everyone should have self-preservation. You may enjoy uh, dark metal music bands or rap as well, because with the title Don't Get It Twisted, yes, boy, hello. I am mom. I know you want to play. I know you picked the exact time when I wanted to do a video, but I promise we will get lots of time together, and we will look out the window at the stars and the sunset, okay? I promise, my little butter chicken boy, okay? I love you. So yeah, a lot of you may work from home, and you are delegating between making sure that your kids are taken care of. You're learning that balance of home and work life. You're finding that balance between networking and living. If you're constantly clapping for others but not taking time to take the paint to the canvas for yourself. Hi, yeah, I promise. I love you. Oh, hugs, hugs. Oh, you baby. Yeah, so you make sure that you are being gentle, and, making sure that the kids, like a lot of you can make sure that your kids feel like they're number one in your life, which is amazing because, kids, that what they have. Like, our souls signed on for those journeys, for those who are. Doesn't mean that you have to. This is just a, specific message for those who do resonate, is that either you're being very knowing that your kids are number one, or you're making yourself number one because you were never had a positive role model or someone to make you feel like you matter, and you were always made to think of others and put others first by being parentified or shown through community or friendships that you only what you could give made you valuable, but when really you hold value in just being yourself and showing up. I also getting the song of like Dark Matter by Baphometric, where it's like it has the one sentence from what I said, the title of like, don't get it twisted. And it's like, don't get it twisted, enter being cryptic, caustic and effective contradictions. And it's the song about like showing people that you are who you say you are, and you're going to make good on like the promises that you made to yourself. Yeah. 9 of emotions, feeling very fulfilled. And that's the difference, is that a lot of people are trying to paint you as if you're in this 9 of swords, when really you're the queen of the Queen of Cups, and the 9 of emotions. Like, you are making your dream come true. You are the genie in the bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. Yeah, exactly. You're holding back your energy, being selective, because if you don't rub me, if you're rubbing me the wrong way, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Block, deleted. I forgot your name. Doesn't matter anymore. I'm making my wish comes true. Yeah, you're treating yourself like a gem. You are the family jewel. You may have been getting an inheritance, or you passed down to you, like, or family heirlooms. That's the word. As well as you could be getting like your pets or passed on loved ones turned into jewelry or carved into things. I know that some things are like put into resins. If this isn't a passed on loved one, then this is you're breaking family generational curses of lack of wealth. You're starting that. You will be the first person to create generational wealth within your family, and that's a dream come true. Like, you have divided. In the past, you were left feeling divided between two different paths of like maybe raising kids and having a job. Maybe it is working far from home, but you get more money. You having that divide and feeling like you were. And most people would make it out that you do feel isolated. Maybe you live far away from home, and people are like, "Oh, they're homesick," and you're like, "No, I'm not homesick. I'm in a new place, and I want to explore as many places as possible, and knock some things off of my traveling bucket list. Making things happen for yourself. You could be going through a transformation as well, of like, especially if you're like transgender, you could be coming out and letting everyone know like what you want your name to be and changing your name. Like changing up who you could be, like with Aladdin, where he like wished to be a sultan, but really in all the end, it was his good heart. Like, he was the diamond in the rough. You were the diamond in the rough, and now you are the gem of the, like, you're the pick of the gems. You're a 1 in a million. cut diamond, like, or gem jewel. Like, you went through under all that pressure and you were able to come out through it. Like, people thought it was gonna crack you and pull you under the undertow, but you didn't get pulled in under the undertow. You rise to the occasion. You knew that in an undertow, you're supposed to just, you're not supposed to try and swim towards straight in towards the shore. You're supposed to swim off to the side until you find like good path. I feel like you have very good survival skills. You could have went through survival training, marine biology, as well as lifeguard. Some of you could be a lifeguard as well, or just going to the swimming pool a lot. I'm feeling like beach day episode from Animes, so you could like animus and mangas. You could be starting a new one. Maybe you haven't been into it and your inner child never got to experience that, because back in the day it was very frowned upon, so you could have been scared to be bullied because you were already bullied for so many other things, and now that it's popular and mainstream, and that doesn't make you a poser. People are allowed to grow and become more, become deeper, have some more depth to you, right? Which I feel like you did. You swam to the very deeps of the depths of the ocean. Oh, ooh, oh my goodness. I shuffled it back into the deck already. But you already know it looked like a genie and the diamonds and stuff. But it reminds me of this creation story of Nahawe, I think it is, or it's Lakota. Forgive me of my ignorance on where it came from, but it is one of the indigenous creation stories that I listened to when I was learning on a course Indigenous Canada from the University of Alberta online. You can study it yourself. It's a free course. So a lot of you could be studying free courses, learning about your heritage, and that's one of the ways you're a family jewel, and breaking generational curses, learning how to do the beading, learning how to do jingle dances, how to make bannock, how to speak Cree, and maybe you're learning that how to weave dream catchers. It doesn't have to be indigenous, even it could be learning how to hand make pierogies, or learning how to make noodles by hand, and blood's pudding, all those different things, and learning what the traditions are is making you one of the family jewels and making it very great. And this, I don't know if there was 7 of them, but if there was, it's like the 7 generations before and 7 generations after. And but the creation story, one of them is that for the flooding story and how Turtle Island came to be, was that each of these 3 animals went and tried to swim down to the depths of the ocean to get a piece of grain of sand for the turtle. And the first one tried, and I think it was like a sea otter, and then there was another one who was a really good swimmer, and then there was the littlest muskrat. Just the humblest of little muskrats, and no one believed in him, but he was determined to try anyway, and the turtle allowed him a chance, and he got to the bottom of the ocean and got a piece of sand because there was no land, and a sky lady fell down from the ocean and held onto the turtle's shell, and there wasn't much for her to live on. And this is why they were getting the piece of earth to make it. And so the sky lady had somewhere to live. And the muskrat had got it, and they put the piece of land on the back of the turtle shell, and it grew to be very big so that the Sky Woman could live on the back of the shell of Turtle Island. And so some of you may be from Turtle Island. Of course, that's modern day North America. But yeah, like you may resonate with that story as well of being the smallest or, you know, the slowest, like with the hare and the tortoise is another good example. You may have felt like you were the underdog, but I feel like you're top dog now. Top dog! So you might enjoy hot dogs, like air fried wings over the hot dog, or you're having fires a lot as well too. You could be hosting. And a lot of people may have thought that you were struggling, but then they came over and saw how well you hosted and how well you're having a time. Or people are just spreading the word that you have. And they were like, there was some who thought you were staying away because you were struggling, but when really you're thriving and you're just minding your own business, moisturized in your own lane, you know. Honey Badger don't mind. And it sounds like you're having a lot of fun. I love that. I love that for you so much because, like, honestly, we all deserve it. We deserve it so much to have just the bestest of times. Whew, especially, like, lately. Whew, I agree. But yeah, we can get another card, please. Spirit guides, guardians. Now that we got it on what they got it twisted, and the fact that you are paying them no mind, as you should pay them no mind, because, like, honestly, if they have that much time to make up stuff about you, then they have time to be minding their own business and working on their own garden. Collaborational energies. You're going to be finding people who want to collaborate with you just because they enjoy your work, not because of what you bring to the table, right? Which is kind of funny. Because the person, I know it's a bench, but it's like standing on the table. It's like, what do you bring to the table? And it's like, it's me. I bring me to the table, like, fancy. It kind of reminds me of the sushi restaurants where they have the models lay down and get decorated with food. Whether you do that professionally or you do that on the down low with, some whipped cream and stuff. Be safe. Don't go out there getting too wild now. But yeah, there are people who are like, what is the collective favored ones bring to the table? And we're up here being the silliest goose in the pond, being like, don't you know it's me? Don't you know? Like, I love that. It kind of looks like a handbell inside of their hand. I know it's a cup, but some of you could have played handbells when you were in choir and stuff when you were younger, or even now, very proficient with instruments, or you're going to ring somebody's bell. You could have been in a 2v2 battle recently for rap battle, or you're getting into fighting again. You know, the bell ringing, two people are fighting at it, and, the bell for the time is up, and they're both looking at the referee being like, oh man, I wasn't done. Come on. And like, I didn't hear no bell. I didn't hear no... So South Park could be relevant as well. Or Rocky. Yeah, because like I feel like you went through a major loss. You did some soul searching, and you've put that behind you, and you're flourishing. And it could be people from your past that are stuck in this energy that have it twisted. But I think more so that it's just because you've spooked them with your absence. You know, it intimidates them, and it's almost like when you have a cliffhanger and the type of movie where they leave it up to the viewer to decide what happened at the end. It's not like the 90s movies where at the end of it they're just like, oh, yes, I am grateful for today. As it shows them like they went on to be school champion, the other one went to jail, and the other one kept doing what they do, playing hoop. Kind of looks like a belt as well. So you're taking home the belt, or you've learned how to accessorize your clothes more often, and like with finesse and like a tastemaker um, skills as well could have flourished. I have it's 12-sided dice, so I'm just gonna roll to see what house um, that you're working on right now that you're thriving and like pulling your weight. Number 10. So yeah, I achieve. Uh, People got it twisted because they think because you pulled away your energy that you're not making achievements just because you're not sharing them in public, which isn't true. You know, you don't have to display things to be successful. You don't have to flaunt and boast in order to know that you are big man on campus, you know, as an expression. But, you know, the big cheese on the block, you know, the big kahuna. You don't have to. You're like, I am achieved, which is like a part of your outer world, career, status, reputation, vocalization, purpose, and taking power. You are claiming power. And they're worried because, you know, if you're taking time to disappear, they're like, every time the collective disappears, they level up in some way or another, or they have a new project, or they have a new inspiration. And you want to know what? Let them get it twisted. Like honestly, if that's what the best they have to talk about, 2255, so duality and big changes. If that's the best thing, let's give them something to talk about. What about love? Yeah. So you're giving them something to talk about, and your reputation is preceding you. Like their delusions and their mid gossip. Like it's not even like tasty gossip. It's not even believable, you know, where people can indulge with their imaginations. Like you stand too much on business and the way you conduct yourself, you're taking power, you're standing in your purpose, you're being vocal about it. When people are messing up, you're being vocal about it, you're pulling away your energy, and they think you're moping, but you're not. And you want to know what? If they think that, then that's on them. You know, there's that one saying where it's like, it's none of your business what people say behind your back. And it's true. Keep achieving your goals. You have career. You have status. Get it. Oh, ooh. A favored ones. Let me know if any of you have any projects going on below that you want to share or promote. If you got a book, or you know, you want to share a favorite song that you've heard recently. If you got a battle coming up, that like a video that you want to drop, then do so below, because like I want to see your achievements. Let me know your achievements if you can't post below. And if you haven't got it yet and you got to keep a closed lip, just be like, big things coming soon, and I'll wish you a good tidings, okay? So yeah, you can have an album and stuff like that dropping soon. It's always makes me giggle so much thinking about it, because it's the number one meme of the community. It's like, big things coming soon. But like, yeah, I want to hear your achievements, because you overcame so much, because circumstances about where you are, not who you are. And now that you are no longer in those circumstances, you are showing people who you are, and they're like, wow, maybe it was the situation and environment that they were in, and not actually who they were. Like, you had to let go of that person that you created to protect yourself and survive. And now that you're thriving, you are letting that armor go, knowing that you can suit up at any time, and so you can definitely, give. I'm seeing like one of the like a Nona where you go to eat some food and they like know, and they like slap your hands and they're like, get out of the kitchen. Like, people are trying to come for your ingredients, for your special sauce, and you're like, no, get away, Shu. I'll share when I am ready. Yeah, someone wanted to make you eat humble pie, but you're over here owning your whole ass bakery, okay? You have your own industry. You are creating big moves. And even if you're in the beginning stages, people recognize that you're going to go far. And that's an incredible spot to be in, I cut the deck because I was like, I wonder if I can find it. And yay! But yeah, people are trying to make you feel divided from who you really are, and you rose above that. So you may make rose water, or have a hagstone, or what are they? It's like sea salts for your bath, for cleansing yourself. You may make different style of like bath bombs for your craft and sell them. Or you're just indulged with getting yourself a bath bomb. That's super fun. I love when you give yourself a spa day. Yeah, a spa day. Giving yourself a day just to have one. What is it? St. Lawrence River, like the strait. And it like reminds me of like the Greenland shark. Like the really old one that was like older than like Canada and America even. It's like over 400 years old. And it's just, and it made its way from Greenland to go and went all the way into the St. Lawrence River straight from the ocean. And they didn't even know that like sharks could go into the freshwater. Yes, I know this is going to suck for some of the people who have fears for them, but they're my little water puppies, and they'll leave you alone unless they're curious, just much like anything else. But yeah, it made its way into the freshwater area. So I feel like you're moving your way through all of this. You're being in an environment that wasn't made for you, but you're thriving anyway. So it's feeling like when you're becoming the first person in your generation to be wealthy and stuff. It's reminding me when, like, from Shark's Tale, when he went from nothing to everything and was like, nobody loved me when I was nobody. And she's like, I did. And that's your inner self. That's your ancestors. That's the universe being like, before you were cool, before you got the money, before you learned how to style your clothes, I loved you. When you were alone in the room reading a book or watching anime, you know, redrawing maps, being a calligrapher. I know as a cartographer, I'm just being like, if you might be into calligraphy, you know, you might be into different fountain pens, okay? But like collecting stamps and I love stamps, or coins even, you know, and but they loved you even then, but they love you now too, is what they're saying. Like when he got that big pearl for her afterwards because she helped him with the money. Also, Sebastian, the whale washing dolphin. So yeah, definitely with a transgender, as some of you could be coming out of the closet and presenting yourself, being like, I'm a shark and I don't want to eat, you know, meat anymore. A lot of you could be going vegan, or just you could be a flexitarian as well. You're just going with the diet that is meant for you. If that means intermediate fasting, so be it. You're not allowing others and society to dictate how your body feels at its 100. You want to feel 100, you know? That's big facts that, you know, not everyone's going to have the same lineage or be the same shape. You know, not everyone's going to be lean, mean fighting machine. Some of you could be turning into a lean, mean fighting machine. You're learning how for some of you it's bulking up, for others it's leaning down, but I feel like you're getting into shape, like with carving a diamond, like chiseling yourself, especially if you're getting into fighting. For those who are in MMA or a course, your fight could be against yourself even, you know, trying to outdo your best time of running, trying to outdo, yeah, something about a timer. It also reminds me of guitar strings as well. Some of you could be learning how to play the guitar. You're no longer hiding your instrumental talents, as I was saying. You're very proficient. You may have been playing for a very long time. I hear you may have an inner critic about it. Ukuleles as well, but very good with time score signatures. Learning, yeah, just learning, getting tutoring. It could be for any kind of talent. It doesn't have to just be musical. It could be like piloting. You could be anything that is a wish come true for you. You have saved up for a long time. It could be even for a name change. You could be changing your name. It could be a divorce and getting your name changed back as well. Oh, even married, you know, getting your name changed is just a message coming through. Yeah. Yeah, something you saved up for a long time. And something you built up the confidence for as well. And your confidence is shining out in all directions around you. And every time you stand up for yourself, you get more and more confident. And the more you speak out about your achievements and the things you've accomplished, the more you're gaining that reputation and status, right? Because if you keep all these hidden gems of, you know, your buried treasure, you are a buried treasure and you're finally unmasking, is what I'm hearing. That's what's getting these people twisted, is that you're no longer masking. So they're like, I thought I had you figured out, but it turns out you were even more than I ever imagined. Yeah, you're more than people had given you credit for or ever imagined, or those who even did give you credits and knew you were going to go far. you exceeded their expectations, even the ones who did give you credit and knew you were going to go far, and they were like, wow, I knew they were going to go far, but I didn't know how far they were really going to go, and I'm so proud of them and excited. Yeah, some of you could be a yogi, doing what is it, aqua aerobics as well, for taking your dog to aqua aerobics, or for physiotherapy as well. You could do yeah, you could be a physiotherapist for animals, or you're just such a wonderful pet parent that you are taking them to go get well, either rebuild their state, or to keep them going as long as possible until they are done here with their lessons. So yeah, let's see, anything else, Spirit, that you wanted to touch on with my favored ones while they are here before I close it down? Please and thank you. Oh, yes. Uh, 4 materials, 4 pentacles. Yeah, only receiving what you deem is worthy of your time and attention. You know, having all these, you're being given your flowers, but you know, not everyone who's giving you flowers has good intentions. And you're like, I'm a rose. If you know, you get the thorns. Every rose has its thorns. Yeah. Okay, I have 2 messages with the camels over there. Is that you are able to make your resources last a long time, is one of the messages, but the other message goes into what I was saying before, where like you're not accepting offers, love offers or friendship offers, business offers, if they don't spark joy, right? I was watching a video the other day of things that came across my timeline algorithm of like funny things you could say if you were like getting catcalled, or like something to do with a response, right? And it was like from, I think it was in India, but one of the responses was like, you don't have enough camels. Like, one of the guy was catcalling her, and he was like, I will give you camels. How many camels do you want? And the lady said back, you know, you don't have enough camels. And that's how I'm feeling. It's like, you're like, I'm too hot for you. Like, I get it that you want me, and I like, I'm hot, like, but you don't have enough camels. It's like you don't want to collaborate with someone, even like business proposals where people like want to come forward with collaborations, but they're being too pushy, and they're like, yeah, try to take over your project, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I get that you're esteemed, but you're not so esteemed that you can, like, steamroll me, okay? I am the collective, I'm a favored one, and you will treat me as such. Look at me. What's poppin'? Oh, I love the smoky look. Yes, the people they don't want no smoke with you. I love the makeup look. You could be wearing darker makeup, a darker aesthetics. But yeah, you make your resources go a long time. In the past, you may have received like a lot of those. Like, in the past, you have received offers that didn't turn out good for in your favor when you gave them the benefit of the doubt, but you're no longer giving people the benefit of the doubt. You're no longer taking things that have strings attached, right? You're no longer allowing others to to ride your coattails, like, or hold on to your camel and get dragged for a really long time to the next well, like on the cinematic masterpiece of like the Prince of Egypt, when Moses like went out. I know it's not, it's a good movie. I like it. It has very good soundtrack and a big budget and it's whatever. But like some of you may be modern day prophets as well, so you make sure that you are only getting like the source, like from yourself. You're getting messages only from yourself from now on. But yeah, it was just reminding me of the scene where Moses found a camel and like held on to it, and it was dragged through the desert until it reached a well, and he like it drank out of it, but it wasn't a well for humans, like it was for steeds. It was for the camels and the sheep, and they looked very distraught that he was enjoying it and cooling off with that. But then right after they were like, we have well water. It would be much better. So I feel like in the beginning you may have dragged your feet kicking and screaming, and spirit and your guides and your higher self dragged you to better resources, and is after the time in the desert you were like, oh yeah, that's the best of it. After a time, yeah, because Moses had originally been gifted this sister that, spoilers of course, was gifted the sister. He helped her escape from Egypt so that she could return home. And this was who he ran into after crossing the desert as well. And the younger sisters is like, there's a man that fell into the well. And the older sister, who he helped escape, brought this man out of the well that she didn't know was Moses at the time. But as soon as he got to the top of the well and she saw his face, she just dropped him again back into the well. And I feel like that's the thing, is that you are dropping people. Even like you're dropping people left, right, and center. You're like, oh, they were like, can't you help me? And they're like, you're like, frantically helping. You're like, oh, it's you. And then like you just drop them because like you're like, I've helped you so many times and you wouldn't do the same for me. So it's a no. It's like the Shark Tank with an invention. It's like, it's a no from me. It's a no from me. So yeah, I'm super proud of you and all of your achievements, and I'm grateful to be growing and learning with all of you and getting to experience all of the many beautiful souls that I have as a part of my collective. You favored ones really brighten my day with all your comments. And so whenever I see more people adding to our round table, it gets me so hyped. I'm so hyped. I thought, people would feel over time that it loses its luster and it's like, oh, it's just another follower. But I do every time. I'm like, yes, another person wants to hang out and be a part of, the circle, and one of the favored ones. And I appreciate all of you and those who send me beautiful love offerings as comments and telling me about your lives and stories and journeys and seeing how I resonate to you as well. 4400 was on the clock. And yeah, especially those who encouraged me to set up ways for donations and everything, and knowing that I'm worthy of investing in it well is such a beautiful mutual exchange, and I'm never gonna get used to it, and I don't want to. So I hope that we continue to be lovely together. Yeah, links will be listed below, and remember to eat, hydrate, rest, and have fun, favored ones. Bye!